Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be talking to us about the role of a support worker in the NHS. Keep watching. What do you do like as a support worker, when you're newly employed into the NHS as a nurse or as a midwife? Like, that period you're working as a band 4 or band 3, depending on the trust you're in. Like, my trust, they started me as a band 4 from Nigeria. Like, when I newly came into the country and I was here to write my OSCE, they started me as a band 4. So some trusts also, they do band 3, they start from band 3. Then when you write your OSCE, you've gotten your PIN, you get to band 5. So mine was from band 4, then band 5. So what do you do during that period of your band 4? Like during that few months when you're as a band 4, now you are a band 4 and you've not written your OSCE yet. What do you do in the ward, the job, the job description? So the things we were doing there, the things I was doing there, and my friends as well, we just to assist patients. Like, say you answer the call bells, for instance, a patient puts the call bell and then asks for assistance, you go and answer the call bell. You answer the phone as well. Somebody's calling on the ward phone, you answer the phone. You dress the beds. Say for instance, a patient has been discharged or a bed needs making, you have to just assist the support workers that are on duty to do it. You are a support worker, you're working as a support worker, so all of you are doing the same thing at that point. You're not recognized as a nurse or as a midwife during that period before your OSCE, so you're seen as a support worker. So you do the job of a support worker, the roles that a support worker perform, you perform that as well, which includes dressing the bed, making the bed up, answering the call bell, sharing dinner, breakfast, lunch. So they brought breakfast, lunch or dinner for the patients in the ward at that particular time. You're involved, you're responsible for distributing them to the patients, distributing them to their bedside, and when they are done eating, you take the trays from their bedside as well and take it back to the food trolley. What else? You do urinalysis if there is any that needs doing, empty the urinary bag, like catheter bag, get the job for the patient, all those tiny things that needs doing in the ward that are not directly nursing duties or midwifery duties, you understand? So every other thing that just checking blood pressure as well, checking the patient's blood pressure and all of that. So those are the kind of things you do. Those are some of the things you do when you're working as a band 4 in the NHS before you get your PIN as a band 5, band 5 nurse, band 5 midwife and all that. But on a normal day, like normally the role of the support worker starts as a band 3 normally though, but because you're a registered nurse before you're a registered midwife and you're just waiting for your OSCE, you are started as either a band 3 or band 4 depending on the trust. But normal support worker, if you're applying as a support worker normally, like without prior experience, you are started as a band 2. So support workers are started as a band 2 normally, but because you're a registered nurse or a registered midwife, you're started as either band 3 or band 4 and started on that band payment. And those are the kind of things you do. And then when it gets to a certain stage, you're allowed to start doing your supernumerary as well. Yes, supernumerary, that's working alongside as a midwife, a registered midwife, a midwife that is a band 5 or a band 6, or depending on the midwife that is on duty or a nurse that is on duty at that point, you're working alongside them. That's what we call the supernumerary. You're working alongside them, trying to get the skills of the job. That should be when you've done your OSCE, depending on the trust. Some trusts allow you to start doing this, when you just come in. You do some days as supernumerary and then you do some days as support worker, just so you're able to balance it. Then until you sit for your OSCE, pass your OSCE, you're waiting your PIN, then you can start. You've gotten your PIN, you can start working as a midwife or a supernumerary still, but you're working alone at some point until you get your PIN, and then you can start working as a as a band 5, like you're seen as a band 5, but you're still doing your supernumerary at this period. At the early periods of you getting your pin, you're still doing your supernumerary, you know, working alongside another midwife, your preceptor at this point, or it can be any other person in the world, you know, working alongside them to get the grasp of, you know, the things in the world, how it is done, to try things out first time before they allow you to do it on your own, because you know you might not be used to some of the equipment, you might not be used to some of the ways, the procedures and all of that. So you're paired with a preceptor who you work with at every shift. You are the supernumerary or this preceptee, and the person is your preceptor, and the person guides you through the various skills, the various things you should do in the world, how to do them. And then when you're able to start doing them on your own, for instance, vaginal examination as a midwife, or serving drugs, medications. And before you serve drugs, you have to do your APMA training. You have to be competent in that. You have to do your training on that. If not, you will not be allowed to serve it. So you know, you've gotten a grasp of it, you've done all your trainings, you can do things on your own now. So at this point, you'll not be allowed to start to be a preceptor. You are not a preceptor, a band 5 preceptor. You can work on your own, but you're a preceptor because you're still filling your preceptorship pack. You've not ticked all the skills in that pack yet. So you're a preceptor at this point after you've completed your supernumerary period. That's the supernumerary of working alongside somebody and not doing anything but just watching how the person does the thing. The person can, you know, allow you to do something that they think they've seen you done before, but you are not doing anything at this point. You're just working alongside, shadowing them, seeing how they do the things, seeing how they serve medication to patients, seeing how they collect the tray after serving, seeing how they do vaginal examination if you're a midwife, you know, seeing how they do those things, seeing how they complete forms and all of that. You're just watching at this point. That's what we call the supernumerary period, or the shadowing. Then when you've finished all of this, you've been seeing for a while now, and then you feel, okay, I'm competent, I can do this on my next shift, and the person sees it and know that, okay, this person has been watching me for a while and I think she can do it. The person is going to allow you to do it. Your preceptor is going to let you, you know, try your hands on those things, and when they see that you are able to do it, you are gradually released from being a supernumerary to being a proper preceptor, like preceptee, proper preceptee. And at that point, you can start completing your preceptorship pack. So that's what it's all about. And mind you, you must have gotten your pin at this point before you're allowed to do it. If you've not gotten your pin, you are not allowed to transition at all into being a complete supernumerary or complete preceptor. If you've not gotten your pin yet, you're still waiting for your pin, or you've not written your OSCE, you will be doing support worker and supernumerary, mixing the two together, doing some days as support worker in the ward and doing some days as supernumerary in the ward, all depending on the trust you're working with. So it all varies with the trust, but generally this is how it is and this is how it is done. So that's all about that. And if you have any questions on this, you can drop it in the comment section. I think that's just all I have for you guys about, you know, the period before you get your pay, the period before you start working fully as a band 5 nurse or a band 5 midwife in the NHS. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to share with your friends, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.